Welcome back to another video of the Alpha Trader. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you price action trading. So this is going to be a series of videos where I will be teaching you price action right from the basics to the advanced level. So this series will be divided into multiple videos, and this video is the first video of that series. So make sure you stick with the channel, subscribe to the channel for the further videos. So let's get started. So now price action trading can only be done in these two types of trading. So number one is trend trading, number two is reversal trading. So trend trading is basically trading with the trend. So for example, if the current market trend is going upside, there is an uptrend going on, so you will trade with the uptrend. That means you will look for buying opportunities in the market, and if the trend is going down, there is a downtrend in the market, you will look for selling opportunities in the market. So that is what trend trading is. And as a beginner, you should only stick with trend trading because reversal trading is very difficult, and for a beginner it is extremely difficult to time the markets and spot the bottom and the top of the market. So reversal trading is very difficult, but we will still cover reversal trading in this series of videos. So reversal trading is just trading the reversal of the trend. So reversal trading is extremely rewarding but is also extremely difficult. Like I said, it is very difficult to catch the top and the bottom of the market. So reversal trading is trading the reversal of the trend. That means if the current trend is going upside and it changes to the downside at the top, you catch the top and sell the markets. And if the market is going down and it just reversed to the uptrend, you catch the bottom of the market and buy the market. So that was the types of trading you can do in price action. Now coming to the part where you look at the chart. Most beginners look at the chart, they just don't know where to start, what you should do. So I have made a step-by-step guide for you guys, what to do when you look at the chart, how to start. So how to begin your analysis. So let's get started. So now the first step should be identifying the trend. So whatever chart you look at, doesn't matter it is a stock chart, commodity chart, or a currency pair, so you need to look for the trend, what the trend is in the current chart, what the trend is being followed. So there are only three types of trends that the market can follow. So it will either be in an uptrend, it will either be sideways, that means neither uptrend nor downtrend, just going sideways, and it can either be the downtrend. So if there is an uptrend going on and you are trading with the trend, so you should only spot for look for buying opportunities. And if the trend is in a down, if the trend is downtrend, then you should only look for selling opportunities. And now the question might be what to do in a sideways market. So the best thing to do in a sideways market is to stay out of the markets and wait for the markets to establish a new trend. As a beginner, I always tried trading the sideways market, and let me tell you, I always lost. Now it is definitely not impossible to trade sideways market, but it is extremely difficult. So that was the first step. You need to identify the trend in the current chart, whatever chart you're looking at. That was the first step. So now the second step is marking key support and resistance levels. So if you don't know what is support and resistance levels, so support is basically a level that stops the price from going down, and resistance is a level that stops the price from going up. So if you need an in detail explanation, I have explained support and resistance in my video of intraday trading strategy. It will pop on your top right now. So I have explained support and resistance in detail, the psychology behind it, the logic behind it. So make sure if you don't know about resistance and support, you watch that video and then continue watching this video. So now the last and the third step will be drawing trend lines and looking for potential breakpoints. So you must be wondering, what is a trend line? So a trend line is basically a dynamic support and resistance. So support and resistance are just not horizontal lines and horizontal zones. It can be a slant line like this. You can see this trend line over here. The price got support here, the price got resistance over here, came down, got support here, went up, support resistance here, came down, support here, and then finally broke this trend line. So the support and resistance can be dynamic like this. It can be slant on the charts. So that is what trend line is, and trend line just helps you identify these dynamic support and resistance on the chart. So don't worry, I will be analyzing charts for you. If you're not understanding, I will definitely be analyzing a couple of charts for you guys to make it clear, to clear the concepts. And I will also tell you how you can plot trend lines. So let's get started with that. Alright, so now coming to the chart and how to draw a trend line. So you can, if you are a beginner and if you want to practice your analysis, TradingView is the best website for charting. You can use tradingview.com. I will link it in the description. So trend lines should be drawn. The basic logic that you should use behind trend line is they should get maximum touches. So trend lines should never be random. So for example, this cannot be a trend line. This is absolutely random. There is no logic behind it. Trend lines should always follow a logic and should get maximum touches. So a logical trend line would be like this. You can see this trend line is getting maximum touches over here, and it finally broke down over here. So trend lines do not need to be perfect. Do not try to get perfection in the market. You will never get perfection in the market. So even if the price is breaking a little bit like this over here, the trend line, it is absolutely fine. The only thing that you need to look for is maximum touches with the trend line. So now by a little bit breaks, I do not mean like you will draw any trend line. So for example, let's say you draw trend line like this. This is a logical trend line. This is a logical trend line, but this is not a logical trend line. And why is that? Because you can see the price clearly broke it and then came back. So do not make trend lines like that. Trend lines should not be completely invalidated. So this invalidates the trend line because the price went above and then came down. So what I meant by a little bit breaks is just whipsaws like this. So you can see the price just went up but did not close below the trend line. So this was just a fake breakdown. So you can see the price is still getting maximum touches. So you just make sure that you are not skipping a major chunk of the chart while drawing a trend line. A little bit ups and downs are fine, but the trend line should be logical. So you can see this is a very logical trend line. It has maximum touches. I can even do this a little bit. So you can see this area, this candle a little bit has gone down below the trend line. So like I said, it is fine. All you need to look for is maximum touches, but just don't skip a big part of the chart. Like these two big candles, you cannot skip that much. So that is what trend lines are. So you can see the chart is constantly getting support over here. Whenever it comes down, touches the trend line, bounces back up, touches the trend line, bounces back up, and again and again. So you can see the trend line is just a dynamic support. So trend lines just don't need to be the below the candles. It can be above the candles as well, acting as resistance. So you can see over here, I draw a trend line like this. It is a perfect trend line. It has gotten maximum touches. You can see the price got resistance here, tried to come up, got resistance here, and again got resistance here, and then finally broke the trend line. So that is how you draw trend lines. Alright guys, so now coming to the analysis part, let's analyze this stock over here, Tata Motors. Let's analyze. So looking at the current analysis, so the first step that we are going to do is analyze the trend, identify the current trend of the market. So you can see the stock was in a very healthy uptrend over here, and then the trend reversed. So currently the stock of Tata Motors is in a downtrend for the short term. So I am analyzing stocks. So I am analyzing these stocks for intraday trading. So for intraday trading, you need to analyze stocks at 15-minute charts. So 15-minute charts is enough. And if you are trading live in the markets, then you should use 5-minute charts. So 15-minute charts just give you a better view. So make sure you analyze in the 15-minute charts and trade in the 5-minute charts. So you can see this uptrend is broken over here. You can see I drew this trend line right here. This trend line was broken over here. So this trend line was broken over here, and then you can see the trend has reversed over here. So that this trend line has broken. So this was just a basic example. So now so looking at the trend, so the trend is going downwards. So what we will do is look for selling opportunities. So now we will mark the key support and resistance levels. So you can see this area is giving very good resistance to Tata Motors. So 170, so 170 to 172 is a very good resistance zone currently for Tata Motors. You can see it has got maximum touches, and you can see the price rejection over here. Every time the price touches this zone, it gets rejected. So 170 and 172, between that is a very good resistance zone for Tata Motors. And then coming to the support part, we will analyze. So 165 looks very attractive to me. So 165 to 167 is a very good support zone. So you can see if the market breaks this support zone, so if the market breaks this support zone, it has a very high chance to break below and do a free fall, because the next support that I see is at 158 or 157.5. So yeah, it is at 157.5. So if the price breaks this support region over here, it can do a very good fall. So this was analysis for Tata Motors. You can see I identified the trend. I marked out key support and resistance levels. And currently in this short area, it is kind of difficult to draw a trend line because you really don't have, I mean, much to see. But I can still, you can see, you can still draw a couple of trend lines, identify the trend. You can see I can draw a trend line like that, like this. So you can still identify trend lines. So whenever a trend line is broken, it is a very good confirmation that the trend is going in your favor. So you can see this trend line was broken, so which confirmed that the price is going down. So this is called a breakdown. So whenever trend line is broken from the downside, from the upside to the downside, it is called a breakdown. And whenever a trend line is broken from the downside to the upside, it is called a breakout. So this was the analysis for Tata Motors. I can also draw a trend line like that, and then a trend line from below over here like this. So if this trend line is broken and this support is broken, this will give you double confirmation that the trend line, that the Tata Motors is going to slip below. So whenever, if Tata Motors break 165 levels, it can easily drop to 158 levels. So this was the analysis for Tata Motors. So let's analyze other couple of stocks. So this is looking pretty interesting. So looking at Mother Sumi right now. So Motherson Sumi Industries, the trend was up, going up, and it reversed a little bit and then went down. So now it is going sideways. So you can see sideways market. What we will do in a sideways market is just mark key support and resistance levels and wait for the stock to break either of the levels. So you can see this is a very good resistance zone for Motherson Sumi Industries. You can see how many times it has been rejected, but it is still looking strong over here. So if it breaks above 140, it can give a very good breakout and give a very good buying opportunity. And marking out the support levels, 136 to 137.25 looks like a very attractive support. So if Mother Sumi make let's say if Mother Sumi breaks above, it will give a very good buying opportunity, and if Mother Sumi breaks down below this support level, it will give a very good selling opportunity, because the next support that I see is at 133 rupees. So if it breaks 136, 133 should be an easy target, and if it breaks 140, it will go very high. So if you want to just identify targets for if, and if we cannot see anything above in the current chart, you can just switch to higher time frame. So I will switch to 1 hour time frame, and you can see I can see the previous charts. So the next target, the next resistance looks like 142.5. So what I will do is I will mark this as a horizontal line for my support. So I will mark 142.5. So 142.5 will be my next target if Motherson Sumi Industries breaks 140 rupees. So this was analysis for Mother Sumi. So all you have to do is just basically look for the trend, what the trend is doing, and as a trend trader, trade in the side of the trend. So in case of Mother Sumi, the trend is going upside, so we will only look for buying opportunities. So that means if Mother Sumi goes above 140, we will buy, and our target will be 142.5. And in case of Tata Motors, the trend has reversed towards the downside. So what we will do is if Tata Motors breaks below 165 rupees, we will look for selling opportunities, and our target can be around 156 and even 152 rupees. So it might take a couple of days, but this should be a logical target because I do not see any significant support and resistance areas. So let's analyze another stock. So you can see Ashok Leyland over here. The trend was going up and it reversed today. A very big fall came. So you can see the price over here, that is 90, from 90 to 91 level looks very attractive. No, even this level is pretty attractive. So I will just mark this much. So this has the maximum touches. So you can see this whole zone is a very attractive resistance area. So you can see the price has halted here a lot. So if the price breaks below 88.9, then it can give a very attractive fall, and the next target should be 86 rupees, because you can see the price halted over here. So this should be the next target, that is 86. So if Ashok Leyland breaks below 88.9, then it can easily fall to 86 rupees. So that is how you analyze. You just identify the trend of the stock, trade in the direction of the trend that the stock is going. Just draw trend lines, use the trend line tool to just get double confirmation from your side. So you can see I have drawn this a little bit small pattern over here. So you can see if the downside trend line is broken, it will confirm that the stock is going down, and I will enter the trade after this zone is broken. So that is how you analyze the stocks. I hope you got value out of this video. I will go into more advanced concepts in coming videos. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.